The Scottish Conservative leader has called for the Prime Minister's Tory critics to quit the noise and stop attacking her from the sidelines. Ruth Davidson told the BBC that Theresa May should be allowed space to deliver a departure deal from the EU. But the SNP says Brexit is all about a Tory civil war and ministers now need to avoid a hard Brexit to save jobs. Here's our political correspondent Andrew Kerr.
Ruth Davidson has been a staunch supporter of Theresa May as the Prime Minister attempts to forge ahead with her plan for a Brexit deal.
Can the Chequers deal survive, Prime Minister?
She's had a torrid week, with internal party critics lining up to question her leadership. Her former policy advisor, the Tory MP George Freeman, says she should quit and make way for a younger generation after Brexit.
Is the Chequers deal dead, do you think, today?
There's also the spectre of the former Foreign Secretary Boris Johnson, perhaps waiting to pounce. Ruth Davidson says it's time to stop carping from the sidelines.
I backed Theresa May in the last leadership that obviously Boris withdrew from. I back her now, I back her in the future. She's the Prime Minister of this country and she needs to have people quit the noises off and let her deliver in this really crucial moment in our country's history.
But can the Prime Minister deliver on a Brexit agreement?
So just your prediction then, deal or no deal?
Deal.
Really?
Yes.
How come?
Well, I think you've already seen the mood music change in recent weeks. I know that colleagues are more confident now than they have been at any time in the last few months that a deal can be reached. I think we've seen leading players within the EU, like Jean-Paul Juncker, saying that things like the free trade area that has been proposed under Chequers should absolutely now be the basis for that going forward.
Labour said today a no-deal Brexit would plunge the country into chaos. The SNP agreed.
What's been clear since day one is that leaving the European Union is all about a Tory civil war, and Tory politicians are more concerned about fighting with their own colleagues. What they need to be focused on is trying to improve a relationship with Europe, saving jobs that are being put at risk by a Tory hard Brexit. That should be Ruth Davidson's priority.
Ruth Davidson may be bullish on Brexit, but her summer has been dogged by accusations over so-called dark money. That's funds to the Tory party from the Scottish Unionist Association Trust. The Electoral Commission is still investigating into how the trust has been registered. The SNP claimed the Tories were shielding donations from view. The leader says that's not the case.
I think it's important to point out that there's utter transparency about where the money comes from. It comes from the sale of properties in the 60s that was declared. That the party, when the Electoral Commission was set up in 2001, that the Association Trust registered with them and was registered as a permissible donor. Every single penny the Scottish Party has received down the years since the 1960s from there has been declared in the same way as everyone else and has always, been declared, and we work with the Electoral Trust on that.
The SNP say they still have concerns. The Tory leader has concerns too, as party conference is around the corner. Andrew Kerr, reporting Scotland, Edinburgh.